my loyal and intuitive Cancer friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Cancer, there's a quiet ache lingering beneath the surface of your days right now. You might notice it most at the edge of evening when the world grows softer and your heart grows louder. Lately, you may feel yourself pulled in different directions, not by dramatic events but by a subtle restlessness, one that asks, is this enough? There's a hunger for possibility inside you, but it's tangled with doubt. You sense the gap between where you are and where you long to be. It's easy to wonder if you're missing something, or if the world is simply moving too quickly for you to catch up. The emotional tension isn't obvious to others, but you carry it. It hums beneath your interactions, coloring your responses, making you a little more careful with your words. You want clarity, but for now it's more like a mist, soft, uncertain, and hard to grasp. From the outside, people might see you as steady, even serene. But within, you're holding a tide of questions. Is this path right for me? Should I be striving for more, or is it time to let go of certain dreams? There's no loud alarm, just a gentle but persistent whisper. What else is out there? It makes you hesitant, even when the day is otherwise calm. You may find yourself drifting through possibilities in your mind, testing out futures that haven't happened, wondering which one would finally settle the longing you feel. It's a tender landscape, one shaped by hope and uncertainty in equal measure. This week, the 7 of Cups rises up as a mirror for your inner world. It quietly reveals how full your mind is with choices, desires, and half-formed plans. There's a sense of standing at a crossroads, but the paths ahead are foggy and shifting. You may catch yourself daydreaming, not as an escape, but as a way to measure what's missing. Each imagined scenario feels real for a moment before dissolving into another, leaving you with a bittersweet aftertaste. You might feel the pull of nostalgia, or the urge to reach for something new, yet every option seems to shimmer with both promise and risk. In this space, indecision becomes a companion. You may hesitate to commit, fearing you'll lose out on something better. The desire to keep all possibilities open can be exhausting, leading to a kind of emotional paralysis. Yet beneath the swirl of options, there's a deeper yearning to find the one thing that feels truly right. Sometimes you worry that you're only chasing illusions, that the answers you seek might not exist outside yourself. There's a gentle sadness in not knowing, but also a spark of hope that clarity is possible. You might notice your energy scattered, your focus divided. Simple tasks feel heavier because every action seems to carry extra weight. What if this is the wrong step? What if there's a better choice just out of sight? These questions linger, making it hard to settle into the present. And yet, even in the midst of uncertainty, there's a quiet courage. You haven't given up. The longing itself is proof that you're still searching for meaning, for resonance, for a life that feels like your own. This week, your emotional posture is one of openness tinged with caution. You're willing to feel deeply, even if it means sitting with confusion a little longer. From that gentle swirl of longing and possibility, a path begins to take shape, one that isn't always easy. The inner tension you carry doesn't simply fade away, it becomes the backdrop for what unfolds next. Your uncertainty prompts you to notice the pressures around you more keenly. Every conversation, every small decision feels more significant. The weight of your longing presses against the routines of daily life. You start to see how your inner questions ripple out, shaping the events and choices that come your way. There's no clean break between your emotional landscape and your outer world. Instead, the two weave together, each influencing the other in subtle ways. The tension you feel makes you more sensitive to friction within relationships, at work, even in the quiet moments alone. You might find yourself both seeking comfort and resisting it, unsure whether to rest or to push forward. The path ahead seems to ask for effort, for endurance, even as you search for clarity. This week, the choices you make are colored by the longing in your heart, and the pressures you face feel heavier for it. The 9 of Wands steps onto your path, embodying the momentum and friction you encounter as the week unfolds. Life feels a bit like a test of endurance, with challenges that seem to echo your internal uncertainty. You might sense that you're close to a turning point, yet still carrying the bruises and fatigue of earlier struggles. There's a feeling of having come so far, only to find more obstacles waiting. It's not just about outside circumstances, it's about the resilience required to keep moving, even when the way forward isn't clear. Each day brings its own set of pressures, deadlines, expectations, the quiet demands of others. You may feel a bit guarded, protective of your energy, wary of giving too much away. There's a battle-worn wisdom here, a sense that you've weathered storms before and know what it means to persevere. Still, the friction wears on you. You might notice yourself hesitating before committing, double-checking your boundaries, bracing against disappointment. The urge to withdraw is strong, but so is the desire to see things through. Despite the heaviness, there's a subtle momentum at play. Even when you doubt yourself, you keep going. The path might be rough, but it's also familiar. You recognize the signs of your own resilience, the small victories, the moments when you stand your ground. The tension between longing and endurance plays out in every interaction, every choice. You may feel tired, but you're not defeated. The pressure to keep pushing is real, but so is the quiet hope that something will shift, that the struggle will lead somewhere new. This week you're asked, not by anyone else but by your own heart, to honor both your vulnerability and your strength. The pressures you face are tangible, but they don't define you. They reveal how much you care, how deeply you're invested in finding meaning, in reaching for something more. The friction isn't just resistance. It's a sign that you're alive to the possibilities, even when they seem out of reach. In the midst of difficulty, you discover what truly matters to you, and that knowledge becomes a quiet source of power. Potential doesn't arrive on its own. It waits for a moment of conscious engagement, a willingness to meet yourself honestly at the intersection of longing and endurance. The possibilities that shimmer on the horizon depend on your ability to stay present, to notice not just what's lacking, but what's already unfolding beneath your feet. The invitation is subtle, to lean into the discomfort, to let uncertainty be a companion rather than an enemy, to trust that something new is possible even if you can't see it yet. There's a threshold here, one that asks you to be both brave and gentle with yourself. If you approach this week with curiosity rather than judgment, you might begin to sense the shape of your own potential, not as a fixed destination, but as a field of discovery. The growth available to you isn't forced. It's an opening that appears when you allow yourself to be fully present, even in the messiness of not knowing. It's in the small moments of honesty, the pauses between choices, that transformation quietly takes root. The Fool appears as a gentle nudge toward newness, not a demand for drastic change, but an invitation to loosen your grip on certainty. You may sense a flicker of excitement mixed with apprehension, a quiet urge to step forward even if you don't have all the answers. This energy isn't about abandoning what matters to you, it's about making space for possibility. There's a lightness in the willingness to begin again, to let yourself be surprised by what unfolds. The Fool doesn't promise that the path will be easy, but it reminds you that every journey begins with a single, open-hearted step. Growth this week is less about achievement and more about presence. It's the subtle shift that happens when you turn toward your own experience with curiosity, when you allow yourself to wonder what else might be possible. The invitation isn't to leap blindly, but to notice where a little courage could soften your hesitation. In every moment you choose openness over certainty, you plant the seeds of your own expansion. The potential within you is quiet but persistent, waiting for the smallest sign that you're willing to trust yourself, even here, even now. As the week unfolds, the threads of longing, endurance, and possibility weave together into something whole. The Seven of Cups showed you the ache of wanting more, the restless curiosity that colors your inner world. The Nine of Wands revealed the strength you've built through persistence, the resilience that carries you through challenging days. The Fool whispered of new beginnings, of the quiet joy that comes from letting go of what you think you know and stepping into the unknown. These energies don't resolve each other. Instead, they teach you how to hold complexity with grace. Your longing isn't a flaw, it's a compass, pointing toward what matters most. The weariness you feel is a sign of how deeply you've cared, how hard you've tried. And the glimmer of potential is always there, just beneath the surface, ready to emerge when you meet the moment with honesty and openness. There's no need to chase certainty or force answers this week. Instead, let yourself rest in the space between questions. Trust that your journey is unfolding in its own time, and that every feeling, longing, fatigue, hope, has its place. You are not lost. You are simply in motion, learning to trust the rhythm of your own becoming. In this space you can find quiet reassurance. You are enough even as you reach for more. Actionable insights for Cancer this week. Let yourself notice the small shifts in how you feel from morning to evening. Allow one gentle curiosity to guide a conversation or decision today. If rest feels elusive, try holding your own heart a little closer for a moment. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I recognize the longing within me. I honor the strength that carried me this far. Uncertainty does not diminish my worth. Each new day is a chance to trust myself. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.